Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Jennifer, and as always, I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Elizabeth. How are you today, Elizabeth?
Hi, Jennifer. I'm doing great, thanks. I'm really excited about today's topic because it's something that's super practical and important: English for travel. Whether you're traveling for vacation, work, or study, knowing some key English phrases can make a huge difference in your experience.
Absolutely. Traveling can be both exciting and stressful, especially when you're navigating a place where English is the primary language. Today, we're going to cover essential phrases that will help you in various situations, from getting through the airport to ordering food, asking for directions, and even handling emergencies.
Yes, we'll also share some cultural tips to help you blend in and make the most of your travels. And later in the video, we'll have a call from one of our listeners who recently traveled to an English-speaking country and will share their experience with us. But before we get started, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And if you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Your support really helps us continue creating content to help you improve your English.
So, let's dive in. Let's start with the first part of any journey. Let's get the airport. The airport can be a bit overwhelming, especially if English isn't your first language. Some of the most important phrases to know here are related to checking in, going through security, and finding your gate.
That's right. When you arrive at the airport, you'll likely need to check in for your flight. You can say, "I'd like to check in, please." If you have luggage, you might also need to ask, "Where do I check in my luggage?" or "Can I check in this bag?"
Yes, and if you're not sure where to go, you can ask an airport staff member, "Could you tell me where the check-in desk is?" Or, "Where can I find the security checkpoint?" These questions are simple, but can save you a lot of stress.
Another common situation at the airport is going through security. You might hear phrases like, "Please place your items in the bin," or "Do you have any liquids in your bag?" It's also helpful to know how to ask for clarification if you don't understand something, like, "Could you repeat that, please?" or "What does this mean?"
Exactly. Once you've checked in and gone through security, the next step is finding your gate. You can ask, "Which gate is my flight departing from?" Or, "How do I get to gate 12?" And if you're looking for somewhere to grab a bite to eat, you might say, "Where's the nearest restaurant or cafe?"
Great tips, Jennifer. Now let's talk about on the plane. Once you're on board, there are a few phrases that can come in handy, especially if you need help or have a question. For example, you might ask, "Could I have a blanket, please?" or "Can I get some water, please?"
Yes, and if you're not sure how to use something, like your seatbelt or the in-flight entertainment system, you can ask, "How do I use this?" Or, "Could you show me how to?" It's also polite to thank the flight attendants whenever they help you. A simple "thank you" or "I appreciate it" goes a long way.
Definitely. Another useful phrase is "excuse me," which you can use if you need to get someone's attention or if you're trying to pass by someone in the aisle. And if you're feeling unwell, it's important to know how to say, "I'm not feeling well, could I have some help?"
Absolutely, that's crucial. Now, let's move on to arriving at your destination and getting through customs. Once you land, you'll need to go through customs, where you might be asked a few questions. Some common ones include, "What is the purpose of your visit?" Or, "How long do you plan to stay?"
Yes, and it's important to have your documents ready, like your passport and visa. You can answer these questions simply, "I'm here on vacation," or "I'm staying for 2 weeks." If you're not sure what to do next, you can ask, "What do I do next?" or "Where should I go now?"
After customs, you'll probably need to find transportation to your hotel or destination. You might ask, "Where can I find a taxi?" Or, "Is there a shuttle bus to the city center?" If you're using public transportation, you can ask, "How do I get to your destination?" Or, "Which train goes to the city center?"
Those are all really practical phrases, Jennifer. And once you've arrived at your hotel, there are a few key phrases that can help you with checking in. You might say, "I have a reservation under the name, your name," or "I'd like to check in, please."
Yes, and if you need help with your luggage, you can ask, could someone help me with my bags? Or is there a porter available? It's also useful to know how to ask about hotel services, like, is breakfast included? Or what time is checkout?
Definitely. And if there's something specific you need, like extra towels or a wake-up call, you can ask, could I get some extra towels, please? Or can you arrange a wake-up call for me at 7 a.m.?
Great advice, Elizabeth. Now, let's move on to exploring the city and getting around. Whether you're taking public transportation or just walking around, it's important to know how to ask for directions. You can say, excuse me, could you tell me how to get to location? Or, which way is the nearest subway station?
Yes, and if you're using a map, you might want to ask, could you show me where we are on the map? Or is this the right way to destination? It's also helpful to know how to ask for the time or schedule, like what time does the next bus leave or when does the museum open?
Those are great tips, Elizabeth. And if you're eating out while exploring, you'll need some key phrases for ordering food at a restaurant. You might say, can I see the menu, please? Or, what do you recommend? When you're ready to order, you can say, I'd like to order dish, please.
Yes, and if you have dietary restrictions, it's important to know how to communicate that. You might say, I'm allergic to ingredient or I'm a vegetarian. Do you have any vegetarian options? And when you're ready to pay, you can ask, can I have the bill, please? Or do you take credit cards?
Those are all really useful phrases for dining out. Now, let's talk about shopping in a new place. Whether you're buying souvenirs or just doing some shopping, it's helpful to know how to ask about prices and sizes. You can say, how much does this cost? Or, do you have this in a different size?
Yes, and if you're looking for something specific, you might ask, I'm looking for item. Do you have it? Or where can I find item? It's also useful to know how to ask for help, like, could you help me find this, please? Or do you have any recommendations?
Absolutely. And don't forget to know how to ask about returns or exchanges, like, what is your return policy? Or, can I exchange this if it doesn't fit? Being polite and respectful when shopping will make the experience more enjoyable.
That's a great point, Jennifer. Now, let's talk about handling emergencies while traveling. It's important to be prepared in case something goes wrong. Some key phrases to know are, I need help, or could you call an ambulance, please, if there's a medical emergency?
Yes, and if you lose something, you can say, I've lost my item. Could you help me find it? Or, where is the nearest police station? It's also important to know how to ask for directions to the hospital, pharmacy, or embassy if needed.
Definitely. It's always better to be prepared for any situation, and knowing these phrases can help you stay calm and get the assistance you need quickly. And speaking of travel experiences, we actually have a call from one of our listeners who recently traveled to an English-speaking country and wants to share their experience. Let's take the call.
Hi there, you're on the air with Jennifer and Elizabeth. What's your name, and where are you calling from?
Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Elizabeth. My name is Emma, and I'm calling from Paris, France. I recently traveled to New York City, and I wanted to share how learning some key English phrases really helped me during my trip.
Hi, Emma. We're so glad you called in. How was your experience in New York? Did you find the phrases you learned useful?
Yes, absolutely. Before I left, I made sure to learn some basic phrases for getting around, ordering food, and asking for directions. One situation that stood out was when I was trying to find my way to the Empire State Building. I was a bit lost, so I asked someone, excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the Empire State Building? The person was really friendly and gave me clear directions.
That's fantastic, Emma. It sounds like you were well prepared. Did you encounter any challenges with the language?
A little, yes. Some people spoke really fast, and it was hard to catch everything. But I found that if I didn't understand something, I could just ask, could you repeat that, please? Or sorry, could you say that again? People were generally patient and happy to help.
That's great advice, Emma. It's important to remember that it's okay to ask people to slow down or repeat themselves if you don't catch something. Did you have any other experiences where your English skills came in handy?
Yes, when I was at a restaurant, I wasn't sure what some of the dishes were. I asked the waiter, "What's in this dish?" and he explained everything to me. It made me feel much more confident about ordering.
That's a really good tip, Emma. Asking questions like that not only helps you understand the menu better, but also shows that you're interested in trying new things. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us.
Yes, thank you, Emma. It's always great to hear how the phrases and tips we discuss are helping people in real-life situations. We're glad you had a positive experience.
Thank you, Jennifer and Elizabeth. I love your channel, and I'll definitely keep watching to improve my English even more.
We're so happy to hear that, Emma. Thanks for calling in. Take care and happy travels.
Bye, Emma.
That was a great call from Emma. It's always wonderful to hear how these tips and phrases are helping people in their travels.
Absolutely. Emma's experience shows just how important it is to be prepared with some basic English phrases before you travel. It can make your trip smoother and more enjoyable.
So, to recap, today we covered essential English phrases for travel, including how to navigate the airport, get through customs, find your hotel, explore the city, order food, go shopping, and handle emergencies. These phrases will help you communicate more effectively and confidently while traveling.
And remember, the key to using these phrases successfully is practice. The more you practice before your trip, the more natural these phrases will feel when you need to use them. Also, don't be afraid to ask for help or clarification if you don't understand something. Most people are happy to help.
That's right, Elizabeth. And if you're planning a trip, consider writing down some of these phrases or saving them on your phone so you can easily access them when you need them. Being prepared can make all the difference in how comfortable and confident you feel during your travels.
Exactly. And don't forget to enjoy the experience. Traveling is a great opportunity to practice your English in real-life situations and learn more about different cultures. So take advantage of it and have fun.
Thank you all for joining us today. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We have plenty more content coming your way to help you improve your English and prepare for all kinds of real-world situations.
We'll see you in the next video. Safe travels and happy learning.
Bye for now.